and then again, if you find reviews in the literature that I'm finding right now, they say that all the American research is biased, and they give statements about things being different-wise. And I mean, for example, for me, it would be really interesting to find sources, for example, from Russia. But did you have that problem, or
Russian sources might be written in Russian?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, but then you need to realize that there might be a limitation, a knowledge gap between what you want to know and the information you have access to. So what helps is to use websites that are not Google Scholar. So the ones we said, like Just or WorldCat, these kind of just law sites. Fine Online is not just American. But maybe also just add different regions to your word search.
Yeah, and also sometimes it's interesting to have biased sources.
Yeah.
Because you can just find out what the disagreements are, and you can write about that you find them biased because.
But that's really annoying for me because that's the thing. You can say in your thesis, I find some discrepancies about this, and one author is really convinced that it's the other way around, but I actually want to know the truth because I'm digging into this topic.
But there's often not one truth, so that's a bit of a problem as well. And lots of these things, for instance, in law, they're all opinions, and in the end, there's not much data anyway. So that's why you should also be aware that there are often no facts at all, and that you're just not sure. It's just educated guesses in the end.
Yeah. But you can say, well, I will choose the guesses that are based on not just an analysis of the law, but also the ones that take, the social situation into consideration or something like that. Or the context into consideration. Yes. Or you can make the analysis, look at the law and try to see the context a bit more. Yeah. Then you give your own contribution and you just make clear that that's it, it's your contribution. Because you can keep building up your knowledge based on fragments of other people's ideas, or you can just make your own ideas.
Yeah. All
right. Just a stretch. Okay. What's the question?
I have a question for Gino.
Okay.
Okay.
Let him just
Is there any
first before we start with the general questions? Is there any other question to Edwin at this moment? No? Well, then I'd like to thank you very much. Then we can start with the general part. So, you have a general question?
Yeah, I never handed in that first form about a possible topic and whatever.
Right.
Is that a problem?
I would do it. I would do it. But you have a thesis supervisor now.
Yeah, I do.
And you're happy with him or her?
I don't know yet.
You haven't met him or her yet?
No, the holder. If you do holder, I don't know her. The thing is, I wanted someone to be my supervisor, and that person didn't have time.
Yeah.
And then there were 3 other people that I would really like to be my supervisor. They also didn't have time.
Okay.
So this is kind of like, I don't know what else to do. So hopefully.
And this person presented him or herself to you?
No, I just kept looking at websites and was like, okay, these people don't work out. What's my next option?
Okay.
Well, I think that the most important thing is that you need to have an idea of what you want to do, not just a general topic, but what you want to do with that topic. And then, in the end, it's about the quality of work you can give, and she might be a good fine supervisor in the end.
Do I still need to fill in that form?
Okay. Yes, please.
I filled in the form, but I changed my supervisor. In between, do I have to resubmit it, or I still?
I would I would resubmit it, yes. Yes. Because we want to know more or less who is doing what and who is supervising.
But I did the form, but I never specified my supervisor because I didn't know that. Should I also, or should I?
Yeah, just send in a mail and to KB and give the extra information, so we can put that in our Excel.
But not the file. We don't have to be.
No.
All right. Okay.
It's just so that we are updated.
Okay.
How much research do we have to do? Because I had a meeting with my supervisor, and he was like, he said about 15 pages would be enough, but then you guys did around 50,
Yeah,
For law students too.
what major are you?
social sciences. But then I'm doing my supervisor is from the environmental law faculty.
Okay, cool.
So
Mhm.
it's Jesse Reynolds.
Oh, cool.
And
But
what
then how
type?
much research do I
Yeah.
need to do? 'Cause
I've seen pretty thin theses from business and management, for instance, sometimes, and they can cover ground sometimes with calculations, for instance. And then again, if you go into the field of law or in humanities, theses tend to grow obese sometimes.
Yeah. But do I have to do data analysis or that?
What
kind of
is your
things now?
topic? Are you gonna do a research or just you gonna analyze literature?
That's, like, right now I'm thinking about the COP21 climate conference that just happened,
Mhm.
and looking at the less developed and more developed countries with the financial situation, with the climate finance.
You wanna look at an empirical
But
study?
you're starting now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you this. I've supervised about 100 theses, I think, in my life. And the problem that people have when they start is, will I ever have enough material? And the problem they end with after a couple of months is, this is too much. I have to cut down, cut back. So that is your problem now. I would say, don't worry. Your pages will fill up.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about, especially because it's 18 ECTS, it says that you have to do some sort of like real research, that you have to do data analysis, and my topic isn't really.
Maybe you can find data analysis about general environment. But just look at it, there's also data, like there's specific data sources which maybe only your thesis supervisor has.
Yeah.
And I also have that, I'm only supposed to write 8,000 words. And he said that's it, because we do research now, you can compare yourself to the social sciences theses which are online, because the last years they didn't have to do research. And then if you just do statistics, you have a lot less to say than if you analyze.
But you put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, of course,
because
but
the
it's very much
methodology.
shorter if you mention the R-squared than if you long describe how much you think this would describe something from literature.
Yeah. See, the 18 ECTS stands for the amount of time that you've put into it.
I'm just worried about having to do SPSS.
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
It's fun.
First years, but Ellen said we have to actually. But
Yeah, I've heard that.
now we also adapted to it, so I'm
Yeah,
why
but
we
if
don't
we-
have to do it anymore.
If, for instance, if you, for instance, would have Alkaline van Lenning as your supervisor, I don't think she would push you into that direction. And your supervisor is the one who
But why would Ellen then
decides.
say that everyone has to do it?
But
I have
didn't you
heard-
say you have to do research? Like I'll do interviews and then analyze them
Oh, yeah,
quantitatively, so then I don't really use SPSS.
Oh yeah, then you would maybe use a qualitative.
Exactly. So, but
Yeah, of course,
SPSS
yeah.
isn't necessary.
Yeah, I just
No,
meant to do, you have to do
no.
research, but then you can interview people.
I told her she didn't tell me that I had to do that. Like, my topic is why people are evil. Why would somebody become evil? And it's a very difficult topic to research at the end. You really have to kind of go around the question. So we discussed it, and she said, yeah, maybe you could do some research, but
But that is really frustrating right now. Like I chose my supervisor and
Yeah.
I hate statistics because Ellen said that.
yeah. I think you should talk to her more, because you're saying this now, and now I'm going, oh, do I really have to do research? Because,
No, maybe you don't,
Yeah.
but then I feel like
Exactly.
we had emails from her, she said it to us,
yeah.
and now we chose our topics based on that, and I would have never chosen a statistical analysis if she wouldn't have said we have to. Then I would have written something like, why are people evil? Because I would love to talk about that.
We can talk about it later.
No, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I understand. If a professor says something, you adapt to it, and if they then take it back, it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
So I saw another question. Yeah, the amount of words. Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere.
No, we discussed that and we decided not to give a limit, not a
So
down,
you just-
downside limit or an upside limit.
So you just follow the supervisor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And follow where your research is going.
Yeah.
Don't just keep writing for the sake of it. You need to answer the question that you're proposing.
Good idea.
Yeah.
So any other questions on deadlines or everything clear? Kind of?
I already posted that thing in the study.
Yeah, I saw that.